Hello, loved ones. Okay, so I just watched a friend of mine deliver some really good, sharp, spot-on readings. And what she said to me was she didn't have the angle of her camera right. And I mean, here was a woman putting her sacredness in front of other people, beautifully dealing, beautifully reading. But when she had watched herself back, boom, a belief. But anyhow, so what I'm about today, and I'm actually quite excited, several times over the past couple of days, I've hit that point where things can go bleh, and I'm okay with that, kind of. And I've been asked about this several times. I don't know if you can see that. That's one deck. Now this deck's quite good. This is the Gilded Tarot. But in this deck, he's called the Hanging Man. Whereas in this deck, this is a traditional Rider-Waite, he's called the Hanged Man. I don't know if you can imagine how much difference. I mean, they're states of being, aren't they? Hanged, it's happened. Hanging, it's happening. So there's two little aspects on this card. But I wanted to talk about what this meant, perhaps in terms of the card. Okay? I mean, we've got this guy hanging from, well, is it a cross? Is it a tree? Some say it's the tree of life, Odin, you know. Don't take my word for it. Look it up, hit your books. And he's hanging from an ankle. And the Hanged Man, it looks like his hands are behind him. So perhaps there's some resistance to doing something about it. Maybe not. But yeah, I don't know. See his hands behind his back? Are they free or not? Can you tell? Is he tied there or is he holding on there? Don't know. And this one, you see how those hands are free? So he could just reach up and get himself free. Yeah? See those crossed legs? And, whoops. Yeah, that's where we're going. See that cross leg there? Okay. So this shows perhaps a need to open his way of thinking to my way of thinking. It shows a crossroads. I mean, the guys in both cards, in both of these packs, the guy's happy. I mean, he's not particularly distressed about being hung there. I mean, even in this one, it looks like he's just on for the ride. And I think that's one of the things that I've been thinking about and feeling about this card when I look at it and feel for myself and how that relates. Not that that's a matter because you make up your own minds and your own opinions. Is that it's about hitting that point where you've just about had enough, or maybe you've had enough and you're just coming past it, or about you're just about to get to it. I guess that would depend on what you've got following you in the arcana or in the cards in the tarot. But I think it just shows that you're simply looking at something the wrong way. You need to open your mind a bit, let things go a bit. I guess in the new way, in the new 5D, because that's what I'm seriously thinking about these and how we carry the old into the future, leveling them on our new levels of vibration. And so it's about opening that mind to where you can come from the perspective of love that maintains or recalibrates a new vibration. It's about, perhaps we need to, ego, okay, ego. I've heard it said sometimes because it shows depicted in the centre in the cross there, it can show where the ego needs to meet the reality, or the ego needs to meet whatever. But if we're talking in a raised vibration, are we talking about where the ego needs to meet the love? Are we looking at integrating some ego around an aspect of self? But to me, that's the Hanged Man. So I'm just going to hit some books here. Okay. Now this one is Easy Tarot Handbook, and it does not have reversals. Yeah. It's a good book though. What does it say? A man hangs suspended by one leg, his other at an angle, to his knee in a triangular fashion. Yep. His expression is one of peace and calm. He does not show suffering or anguish. We can see that this man could easily release himself from the chains around his ankle, were he so inclined. So his position appears to be by choice. Then it's got a bit about Odin. You have to read that yourself because that's getting into God lore, and you really want to form your own opinions about that kind of thing. Okay, so the interpretation given in this: life may seem to be in a period of suspension, but this offers the opportunities to look at matters from a different and fresh perspective, which will bring a possible solution through better understanding. I get that. Yep. Okay, it also says this card can indicate self-sacrifice. Ooh, I didn't get that. Sometimes we need to let go of something in the shorter term. Oh, yeah. To gain something considered far more beneficial in the longer term. It can represent delayed gratification, which is also a form of self-sacrifice. Do you understand? Oh, okay, so what's that saying? It's saying to me that this card is also about how sometimes, as mothers, as carers of others, we put our self-care to the side for a time in order to care for others, maybe. So I think that sometimes we forget to pick that care of self back up. And if you know the journey and the cards that are coming up, we're going to find out, I think, what happens when we forget to pick ourselves back up. Yeah. But so this card is about integrating that ego. It really is. It's about self-sacrifice. And when does self-sacrifice become martyrdom? Okay. Now, well, that's pretty cool. That's Josephine Ellishaw, and that's the Easy Tarot Handbook. Okay. Now, what's this one got to say? Never ever go off one set of advice. Okay. That's my, you want to feel around, and then you're going to be looking for the interpretation of what the card means to you. Okay. Keywords: sacrifice reversal, ruled by Neptune. Now, this is, I find when we get to planets quite hard because the planets were cleaned after the last eclipse. And so a lot of the God programming that's gone in there has changed, altered, or is innovated. Ruled by Neptune, element water, positive attributes: duty, faith, contemplation, surrender, intuition, discipline, spiritual awakening. Ooh. So are we crossing the path of the material into the spiritual? I mean, are we awakening? As in, we've suddenly become aware that there's chemtrails out there. They may not be as prevalent as what we think, but they're out there somewhere. And are we awakening to the fact that perhaps vaccinations and people that are giving you stuff that is supposed to help you is actually not, and maybe killing you? Change your perspectives. Yeah. Anyhow. must surrender to the higher source within. Because in this one we've got the Hanged Man, and that one we had the Hanging Man. Okay, so we've got that past as opposed to now. Oh, upright. This dude's going to be sacrificed to the will and desires of others. Time to meditate on inner sources and have faith. In bondage to personal views that may not be correct. Some trial or duty to family or friends. Illusory ideas without substance. Must learn to keep one's feet on the ground. Bonus, if you start getting into spiritual studies, you're going to have exponential growth. There is something here. It says be creative and stay healthy. So there we've got that health warning again, you know, of putting everyone else before ourselves in the form of sacrifice and martyrdom. Okay, just saying. Okay, now if this one's reversed, yeah, when he's reversed, he actually looks like he's standing up the right way, yeah? And this one looks like a freaking ballet dancer on point, yeah? Ta-da, about to dance away. Okay. Oh, procrastination. Easily fooled by others. Irresponsible actions. Little or no trust in the higher power. Gullible. Drugs or alcohol used for escapism. Focuses on physical and material needs. Refusal to meditate and selfishness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What about that? Says that to you. Seriously. Is it because we've got a carefree dude just tripping along around the wheel of life? Is he into a bit of bondage? Okay, I mean, what is going on? What is going on with this card that we can all of a sudden go for someone who is sacrificing for others, becoming more spiritually aligned, into someone who is so selfish and well, it doesn't look arrogant, but man, let's go back and have a look at that. The Hanged Man reversed. Procrastination. Easily fooled by others. Irresponsible actions. Little or no trust in a higher power. Not open to new information of a spiritual nature. Gullible. Drugs or alcohol used for escapism. Focuses on physical and material needs. Refusal to meditate. Selfishness. Okay, so it's not absolutely dire. What we're looking at is the average as they were teenage guy, tripping along on life, not noticing who or what we're tripping along on, having good party time, MK Ultra Monarch. Oh dear, so not so dire. But anywho, moving on. And you know, for me, looking at the tarot like this and going through the journey is wonderful. But if you're doing a reading for someone, you've really got to look to the cards beside it, and they're going to tell you or point you in the direction of which facet about the Hanged Man you're using for your divination. There's a big difference in how we look, or can be, in the spiritual journey between a reading for others and a learning for self. Anyhow, I don't know how long I've been. I don't know how to stop the recording. Maybe up there. Much love.